Welcome back to the Basketball Operations Podcast, episode number 8, I believe.
Eight,
yeah,
right? 2 months.
2 months, right?
Yeah, it's
today's 22nd.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Exactly. And when you're having fun and you're trying to do all of this craziness, you obviously learn how to evolve your podcast and try to be a little
We've definitely grown from the first
we
week.
have grown just from talking to each other, from setup to now. I mean, we've had this logo. We've had this logo.
That Shutterstock image.
The Shutterstock image. We've had this logo for a while. And I know you guys are probably tired of looking at it. So we decided to make a quick little adjustment for this episode, because today is a very special episode dedicated to the mock draft. We're going to do a mock draft. This is going to be our
Sort of annual thing.
Yeah, so it's going to be an annual thing for sure. But before you guys start getting excited, no, we're not showing our faces yet. Yeah, we don't have the money. We don't have the money for a good camera yet, not yet. But for today, to do this, we're going to be alternating in a full 60-pick draft.
Uh-oh.
In a full 60-pick draft. So I'm going to go first.
I'll go first.
You go first?
Yeah,
you
first.
go. Miles will go first and pick number 1. Then I'll go second. We'll just alternate that way. So as to not delay, let's get started with this draft. Ooh, you guys did not see that coming, huh? Nope. We have evolved. We have gotten OBS ready, and this is what happens. And so. Yeah, we're very excited. Miles is excited to see this.
I'm grinning.
Yeah. Because this is exciting. Like, this is something that obviously never done before. I had to do a lot of things to figure out.
Engineered Hooper right here, Nate.
Engineered Hooper. Engineered my way through this, and I had to figure it out. Watched a lot of YouTube videos. I think in my history, it's probably like 3 hours, maybe 3 hour in total videos of
your watch
just
time.
OBS, watch time, which is what we're trying to get. I hope you guys know that in order to get monetized, we have to reach, I think, 4,000 hours watched and 1,000 subscribers. We're going to get there,
just
because
leave it on in the background for us, guys.
Yeah, because our content is, I'm not gonna lie, a lot better than some of these other guys that have more subscribers than us. I know we haven't started as much, but I'm just gonna come out and say it. There's nothing wrong with that.
How spicy.
A little spicy, yeah. You gotta spice it up, a little competition. But so, nevertheless, we're gonna get started. So I wanted to do a little Adam Silver thing. Welcome to the NBA Draft 2021.
The Detroit Pistons are now on the clock.
If you guys heard that, that's because I have a hotkey. I have a hotkey for the ESPN draft sound, and we're gonna be using that every time somebody's on the clock. Every time. So, without further ado, we're gonna start this draft. So, on the clock, the Detroit Pistons are going to select who they want to draft.
Let's not waste any time. Let's get our pick in. We've known this guy's been the number 1 pick for the past year or two.
Past year.
It's been, let's get Cade Cunningham. Most complete 3-level guy in the draft. Good playmaker. And Detroit, don't mess this up. Just take the guy who's 6'8", can do it all for you.
Yeah, it just makes sense to have Cade Cunningham here. Because, like, as you see here in team, like, I don't know, it doesn't even, honestly, at this point, like, Detroit is they're starting to get, like, really good pieces. Like, right now they have Jeremy Grant locked up for the next 3 years. They have Killian Hayes, who I believe they still have a lot of hope for. They have, like, Sekou Doumbouya, has been doing pretty solid defensively. Isaiah Stewart and Sadiq Bey. So they have a really good, solid, like, young starter, and I think they just need to take best available, which in this case is Katie Cunningham. So going to draft him. And now my turn. Houston Rockets. Now, Houston Rockets are in a very, very...
I think they have the toughest choice to make.
Yes, because it's either do you keep... It's okay, you've had this revelation of Kevin Porter Jr.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, which piece in this draft will complement him and then give you a chance, at least, to make maybe the playing tournament. Because again, as we all know, John Wall's gone. So that's $41 million off the books. And then they're in negative $19.6 million in cap space. So, I mean, once that contract is out the books, they have
a little bit of money.
They have a little bit. They have like what, 20? About 20. They need to make a choice as to whether Kelly Olynyk stays. Does Avery Bradley stay? Does even Danielle House stay? So and then the rest of the team was basically G Leaguers at one point. Like, there were nobodies. And then Eric Gordon's here. Eric Gordon could probably...
I think he's getting traded too.
Yeah, Eric Gordon will for sure be a good piece somewhere. And then it's like Christian Wood. Like, Christian Wood's like another... was in the most improved conversation before he got hurt.
I like Christian Wood.
Christian Wood's nice.
I feel it's like your big man.
Yeah, so it's like, this is your chance to create a big three, or a really young big three with Kevin Porter, Christian Wood, and or Jalen Green or Evan Mobley. It's kind of like you have this 2-3 is a very like, okay, who comes first and the next one's going for sure.
Yeah.
So
they're both connected.
It's connected.
Like one domino.
Yes, one domino or the other. So I think best available again, and I feel like another guard, because Kevin Porter is what, 6'7"?
6'6", 6'7".
So
Zach LaVine type game.
Yeah,
which we've seen.
Yeah, and then Jalen Green is 6'6". So that'll serve as like either one could play combo guard, either one can like.
I think they wanted to experiment with KPJ at the 1 too. So
yeah. So I think Jalen Green makes sense. So we're going to.
You can't go wrong with either. Yeah, lock him in.
Lock him in. There you go. So now, Cavs up next on 5.
And then So with Jalen Green going, that obviously means the no-brainer move for the Cavs. You go Evan Mobley. The center of your future organization. You do have Jared Allen there, but I feel like he might either get moved in a sign-in trade, or I don't know if they match that.
Mm-hmm.
But Mobley's definitely the best big in the draft. Just the versatility on defense that he brings as a shot blocker, and then being able to be switchable onto guards. I really like the fit here with him and Darius Garland. I feel like that could be the new era there.
Again, with the domino thing, it's very weird because now that there's talks that Colin Sexton might leave or might get traded, so now it's like if Jalen Green falls, or like, that's what I'm saying. This is weird domino, like weird back and forth about this, because it's like if Evan Mobley gets taken by the Rockets, right, then it'll probably serve the Cavs better because Colin Sexton is gone.
I did hear, though, that Jalen Green's only working out with the Pistons and the Rockets.
Huh.
So not with the Cavs.
So
does that mean the Rockets they really like Jalen Green as their next guy?
I guess so, yeah, because, I mean, that's the thing about these workouts is that they can kind of choose and pick, so it's kind of like, I don't want to play for you. Like, I don't even want to be have my name a part of the franchise.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It really just depends. Again, like, who comes first and who comes next. And then, okay, so we're gonna draft Evan Mobley for the Cavs, but now the Raptors with Jalen Suggs, and so now it's kind of like, let's say Jalen Green goes second, right?
Yeah.
Then now the Cavs are like, okay, Jalen Suggs is a good pick as well. and if Sexton is gone, he brings the same defensive intensity, but a little more playmaking. So it's like, do you take him?
I think they gotta go. I mean, because they drafted Okoro, and they have Garland, so it's like you got another guard into the mix.
Yeah, Cavs love guards for some reason.
It doesn't make sense why they had 3 guards in their last 2 drafts.
Yeah, they've been loving guards.
I just say, take the home run pick here and go with Mobley. I think he might be like an all-star.
Yeah, so he could, because obviously the 3 ball is there, and even if he gets like decent, like a low 30s, that's fine. On like 3-4 attempts a game, that's not bad. But with this Raptors pick, Kyle Lowry is obviously the Raptors. Like every time you think of the Raptors, you think of him. So, and then you have Freddie, who will be staying because he signed a contract extension. Siakam signed a contract extension. So, and then you have a good young talent that you traded for, Gary Trent. Malachi Flynn actually did pretty well for them.
He's pretty interesting, yeah.
Malachi Flynn did pretty well. Anunoby. So, I don't know. It really just kind of makes sense to take Jalen because he could play the 3 and the 2.
I think he's the successor of Kyle Lowry. I think Kyle Lowry's leaving this offseason.
Yeah.
The mansion's already been put up for sale.
Yeah.
It just makes sense. Like, and you think of like Kyle Lowry, I feel like Jalen Suggs is like a bigger
Kyle Lowry.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just needs to develop the 3.
And Jalen Suggs has that poise about him, you know. Yeah. Like he can just come in, put him next to Fred VanVleet and Gary Trent with Siakam. I feel like that worked pretty nice.
Yeah, it'll set its own. So like, and Gary Trent has played the 3.
Yeah.
When he was with the Blazers, more. So I feel like when he's in there, it's a shooting 3. You put Jalen at the 2, and then you put Freddie at the 1. So that lineup, and then Pascal at the 4, then Aaron Baines or Chris Boucher at the 5. Like that'll be a competitive.
I feel like they can compete in the East with that lineup.
Yeah. So we're gonna draft
I feel like Jalen Suggs might be a sleeper for that Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Maybe, if he gets the minutes.
We'll see. I mean, usually I've never heard of a top 5 pick not getting a lot of minutes, or at least averaging like 20 minutes a game. So again, the Orlando Magic are now on the clock.
All right, this is
again another domino thing.
This is where it gets fun.
Yeah.
So it's either, do you want Jonathan Kuminga or do you want Scottie Barnes?
Yeah.
Measurables are both kind of similar for them. Scottie Barnes 6'9", Kuminga 6'8".
Yeah.
Scottie Barnes has like a 7'3" wingspan. But I feel like the Magic like Scottie Barnes a little more. I like Scottie Barnes a little more just because of that aspect to him where he could run the point guard.
Yeah.
And he's actually a good playmaker.
Mm-hmm.
Like really good playmaker. He's very unselfish. Like he's always looking to get his guys going.
Yep.
And that's not even like his best trait. Like the defensive side of the ball, a legit guy who can guard 1 through 5 with those arms, kind of a thick body. I'll be honest with you.
Greg Popovich, he's kind of thick.
He also sees plays before they happen. So I feel like you put him in the lineup next to John Isaac, Gary Harris, Markelle Fultz.
It's a very defensive heavy lineup.
Wendell Carter.
It's a very defensive lineup, but that team is shooting like 28%.
That just John Isaac and Scottie Barnes. That sounds like hell.
That's hell.
That sounds like hell for an opposing team.
That's hell. Like for somebody, because I feel like we're going into a.
I just feel like Scottie Barnes is like a pick the Magic make.
Yeah, because we're going into an era where like teams are getting 2 combo guards. Or I mean 2 like combo forwards, like Paul George and Kawhi.
So how do you counter that? You get 2 guys who are just as big, who could move their feet
or even longer.
You're not gonna stop those guys, but at least you gotta make it tough for them.
Yeah, like imagine the Scottie Barnes Kawhi Leonard matchup. Like I mean, I know Scottie is obviously going to be like he's new. He's gonna be a rookie.
He's gonna have to develop. He's gonna have to get like acclimated to like the NBA.
But at some point he could be all defensive.
Yeah.
First or second.
That's what I'm thinking. I like him a lot.
So Scottie Barnes, I mean, it just makes sense. Like people are having Kuminga first, than him,
Yeah,
but I
it's
think
either
Scotty's
it's all
makes
about who you
sense.
like more.
Yeah.
I like Kuminga a little bit more. I like I like Scotty
Scotty.
Barnes. Yeah, yeah.
If
my
I
fault.
was freaking the Orlando GM, I would take a chance on him, even if it doesn't work out. Like I think it's
just
too
to
good.
the physicals and the tools.
Yeah, the tools this guy has. So draft Scotty Barnes.
Not too many 6'9" guys passing like him.
So now the Oklahoma City Thunder are on the clock.
This is where it gets interesting too.
Yeah. The Thunder are in a very, very, very weird spot right
Yeah.
now because
They
you have
one.
two guys that are basically that are basically staying for sure.
Yeah, Shy,
Shy,
Poku.
Dort, and Baisley. They're really high on Baisley,
Yeah.
and I like Baisley too. So that's your 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
So it's like the way it's kind of going right now. Like, do you make, do you try to find a center? Like, right now the best available players are all like guards or, like Kuminga's the tallest guy, 6'8".
Yeah, wing.
So it's like, do you take a chance and go to the centers and like look at it maybe once, or you just go back here to best available?
If you're picking this early, I think you got to go best available.
Best available, right?
You don't want to be. Sam Presti's not gonna be that guy that takes like I don't know if he wants to risk an early pick like this, top 6, on a guy who might not pan out.
True. I mean, then again, the Oklahoma has like
They have six
picks.
There's 6 picks in this draft.
So it's like, I think for sure, more likely than not, like probably like 2 of them are getting traded to something.
Yeah.
2 of them are probably going to get traded to be back in the first round.
Yeah.
Probably. So the Thunder might have like 4 first-round picks at the end of the day.
It was
which
tough.
is
It was tough making this mock because the Thunder, you could fill the whole roster for them out of their draft pick.
Yeah, their draft today. So like, but I feel like right now, like as you can see here for team needs, small forward is pretty severe right now. Like they need one. So Kuminga just. Yeah, again, it's just one of those picks that makes sense. That like, if Scotty Barnes goes first, then you take Kuminga. But if Kuminga goes first, then you take Scotty.
Yeah. And plus, you got SGA. You get him like a good running mate in like Kuminga, a good wing to pair with him, and that lineup with Dort, Kuminga, SGA, Poku, and Baisley, or whatever center they decide to draft later.
Yeah.
This seems really young.
Yeah, this seems.
So
really
they have
young.
a lot of time to really develop Kuminga and get him to where they want him to be.
Yeah. Because let's see, they have the 16th pick, as you can see here, team picks. 16th pick, 18th pick, 34th, 36th, 55th. In this 34th to 55th, in these 3 picks right here, these second-round picks, for sure there are a lot of centers going to be available.
Yeah.
A lot. Because centers aren't really a huge thing this year. It's just huge guards or shot creators.
Yeah, guards in general.
It's just guards and forwards. That's it. That's this entire draft. And so there's going to be a good enough center that's maybe going to fall. Or that's not going to be picked yet. Like, in the centers, we have like Alperen Sengun, which we're going to get into later because this is our favorite prospect. But he's probably going to get picked, so he's not going to be available.
There's some power forwards that could run the
There's some power forwards, like Kuminga is one of them. Kai Jones, Phillip, Isaiah Todd could get picked. You never know. And then like Jericho Sims, who's also a good can play the center. Drew Timme is in this draft. I didn't see his name.
I'm not sure.
Drew Timme, the handlebar mustache dude.
I don't know,
What the
I don't know
heck?
if he pulled his name out. I know that. What's his name? Rocco.
Oh, Rocco. Yeah.
Pratchkin? I think he took his name out of the draft, so he's not.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know. This is kind of weird, but there are pretty good enough centers here, or power forwards that can play the center. Because like,
I mean,
who are the big centers that you need? Joel, AD, and Jokic.
Yeah.
And Aiden, because Aiden made a name for himself. But those are really good physical guys that can kill you, right? Just with the footwork, but then like put the chest in you and it's gone. So in this case, like again, there's going to be a lot of centers, so either you take a big guy like a Bassi who can probably handle that. Luka Garza can handle big guys like that. Neemias Queta can handle guards like that.
Yeah.
So it's like there's going to be available. But right now, again, it's just best available. You need a small forward.
And they have so many picks. Might as well just get the guy who's the best out there. And then just fill in and address the needs later in the draft because you have 20% of the picks.
Yeah, exactly. So, Kuminga, right here. So now, again, another domino effect here. The Warriors have a very, very weird...
Warriors, they have the 7?
They have the 7th and the 14th.
7th. So, this mock, we're not going to be doing drafts, but I do think we see these picks might get packaged
to trade,
for something. Yeah. But in a hypothetical world where these picks don't get moved, this is where I shake up the draft, man.
Shake up the draft.
This is where I shake up the draft. I think the Warriors go Franz Wagner here.
Franz Wagner. Yeah.
And I know it sounds, Franz Wagner. Hear me out. 6'9" wing.
Uh-huh.
Very experienced.
Yeah.
A lot of IQ from him, man. The Warriors, all those Warriors players, they got the IQ. Draymond, Steph. Franz hit the 3-ball off the catch and shoot. He's also a good defender.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's a taller, like Kelly Oubre, Danilo Gallinari type with a little bit more defense. He's not gonna kill. He's not gonna be like a killer above the rim or with his bounce. But very smart guy. Cuts when he needs to.
Yeah. Will
space the floor for you, and he's a plus defender.
Yeah, he'll be heaven for Draymond.
I feel like in that Warrior system with Clay and Steph and Draymond, and whoever, if they keep Wiggins or if not, I feel like he's a great fit there.
He's gonna get really good looks.
I feel like he's a better fit than Davion Mitchell that people are talking about, or Book Knight.
Yeah. Wagner, and at 6'9", again, can play at some point like a new Hamptons 5 type small ball where like Franz is the 4. You have Draymond at the 5, and then like Wiggins at small, Clay at shooting guard, Steph at point guard. So like
he could also be there at 14, but I don't know if he'd be there. So that's why I have him here at 7.
That is true. He could be there at 14th. But it's just kind of hard. I don't know. So you have Wagner. I have Bo Knight only because, again, obviously we're not doing trades like Miles said, but I feel like there's going to be a trade that's happening. I don't feel like the Warriors are making these picks at all unless it's like, again, like they're making the pick, but then it's like later on find out that they got traded.
Yeah.
So, because right now Bo Knight is 6'5" and can create his own shot. He's in UConn. He was involved in a lot of actions that gave him very similar Klay Thompson, Steph Curry actions where it's just pin down screen after pin down screen, and he was able to hit those shots. So, with the trade, it's like the 14th, 15th. You get rid of Andrew and James Wiseman. You get a good enough forward that can play the power forward and the small forward. You draft Bo Knight. That gives you another small forward or somebody off the bench. Who knows? Because maybe him and Jordan Poole could be a good, backup player. And then you have Eric Paschall, too. Eric Paschall I'm really high on Paschall. And Nico Mannion has gotten some minutes. So, like, you just have a lot of pieces. But, again, it's like, I feel like they'd rather take the chance on developing the bench than they would developing this player that's in Steph Curry's last couple years. Steph is what, 33, 34, I think?
32.
32?
I mean, the way I saw it is, like, Franz Wagner gives him a chance to, like, he kind of gets to come in, like, right away and just, like, kind of contribute instead of, like, hoping a guy like Bo Knight. Like,
well, this is your pick, so we're going to go
Yes, sir.
Franz.
Yep.
Now Orlando, again, back with the 8th pick. Let's see, Orlando. So let's say we're just going with what we have here, right? So obviously, like, who's left on the board.
Mm-hmm.
So with whoever's left on the board, I am high with Bo Knight. Yeah. Bo Knight, again, makes sense for this pick because I didn't get to mention this earlier, but Otto Porter, I think
he's out of there.
He's out of there. Terrence Ross wants a trade.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is here? That's it. pretty much, who opens up cap space for them.
They need a guard who could create his own shot
because they need shooting desperately. Because after now Scotty Barnes getting picked, with Bo Knight,
that's a nice
creates a better, just more shot creating. Because Markelle was doing great things before he tore his ACL. Yeah. He was. It looked like the Magic were going to be a little something because they had a pretty good, like an okay record.
A little plan
for a playing team. So then now Markelle, this is just our fantasy dream. But let's say, just think about this. I'm just thinking about this. Imagine a lineup with Markelle, Cole Anthony, Bo Knight, Scotty, Jonathan Isaac at the 5.
And then you got Gary Harris and R.J. Hampton off the bench.
Yeah, because Jonathan Isaac can play the 5 at 6'11", and he's long enough. Obviously he's just too skinny, but at the 5, when you have somebody like let's see, who's a spacing, like you play the Bucks maybe, and you have a spacing 5, you could play a little drop coverage.
It's a lot of length.
So it's a lot of length, and then obviously again you have Carter, Mobamba, but they just desperately need scoring because Gary Harris is, I don't know, this dude's on, this dude's off. He's so inconsistent. Yeah. Markelle Fultz is just getting his shot. Jonathan Isaac has been like an okay 3-point shooter.
I wouldn't be surprised if Bo Knight. How does he say it?
Bo Knight. I think it's Bo.
It comes in and like averages like 15.
Yeah. I don't know. Some people say Book. Some people say Bo. I don't know. But James Bo Knight for sure. Draft player.
I like what I saw from his film. So.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I liked him a lot. So
he has like a nice little in-between game too.
Yeah. Which is now becoming a very valuable thing again, which I never knew why it left. But Yoshi? Yoshi? I don't know if you're gonna like it. But this is Maz. So this is Maz. This is all him. I'm not taking any. But go ahead.
All right. Sacktown, stand up.
Sacktown, stand up.
All right. You got De'Aaron Fox, right?
Right.
You got Buddy Hield staying. I don't know if they're going to trade him. He's a trade piece.
You think Buddy Hield's staying?
I might get traded for something.
Yoshi, leave it in the comments. Do you think
I think HB stays, Harrison Barnes.
Okay.
But the front court, Rashawn Holmes, he's getting a bag.
He's getting a bag, for sure.
Good for Rashawn Holmes. Marvin Bagley's already been liking tweets saying that he wants out. Yep. So I don't know how that's going to look. So, this is where we get into the fun prospect of the draft.
Yeah, our favorite prospect.
Yep. Alperen Sengun.
I'm just going to lock it in right now. You know? No, actually, what are you going to
Okay. So, like I said, with the impending free agency of Holmes and the whispers of Bagley wanting out, I think the Kings should take a chance on one of the most intriguing prospects of the draft. The MVP of the Turkish League, so he can play.
He can play.
So, crafty big, who can work out of the pick and roll, and he has the best post game of any player in the draft. He's the best post player in the draft.
Yes,
I think we could say that.
He has like a Jokic type.
He has like an old school crafty game, finish with both hands. You never know what move he's gonna give you out of that. And I think, and he has shown the ability to knock down the three. Like I said, I literally watched an hour in an empty gym just shooting threes. I just feel like putting him into a lineup with De'Aaron Fox and running a pick and roll with that, and then getting him post touches, and then surrounding that guy with shooters. He's a willing passer as well.
Yeah.
So I know Kings fans aren't gonna like this because here another Euro or another this and that. But I feel like if you really give him the chance to get him some touches.
Yeah.
Let him get in the post. I feel like him and De'Aaron Fox would be like a nice little 1-2.
Yeah, he has a really high ceiling.
He's only 18.
His ceiling is Jokic for, like, I'm not even kidding.
I like him a lot.
Like, his ceiling is Jokic because, like, how do you think Jokic is able to create so many passes? Because he's so crafty in the post. Yeah. And this guy has the exact same, like, craftiness to where all it takes is Harrison Barnes just to get a little back cut in front, like a face cut.
Yeah.
It's right there. It's a dunk every time. Or De'Aaron Fox face cut, dunk every time. Buddy Hield off the post, off a pick.
Him and Halliburton would be nice too.
Yeah, Halliburton. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I just like the fit with this. I don't think they need another guard or another wing. I think they could address that later.
Yeah.
You take the chance.
And obviously, again, but the one thing that's kind of, and he's shown that he can block shots, handle himself pretty well on switches with guards.
Yeah.
Obviously, again, he's 18. He has not met Kyrie. He has not met people like stronger like Drew Holiday. He has not met, all these Steph Currys. Like these guys are gonna give him help, but he's good enough to where he could win you a couple games.
Yeah.
He could win just 20 and 10. He could probably. How old was LaMelo when he got his first, or how old was Magic Johnson when he got his first triple double? It was like 18 and something days, right?
Something like that. I think LaMelo's the youngest now, but.
Okay, but this guy has the chance to do it for sure, like a 10-10-10.
I was surprised. I thought it was gonna be like another Euro guy, but.
I know, me too. I did not like this guy.
I don't know. He's not Dragon Bender. No.
He's not Dragon Bender.
Well, I'm not lying when I say he has the best post game in the
draft. Yeah, you'll see it. Yoshi,
better post game than Evan Mobley.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, for sure. Yoshi, you're going to be very proud, and I really hope the Kings get it.
I hope so. I hope they don't mess this up.
All right. Alperen Sengun, Giraffe. Okay. All right. Now the Pelicans. And I notice we're at 10, and Davion Mitchell has not been selected. He's just too small. And I don't think I've seen him enough.
I mean, Marcus Smart's the ideal. But does he get there? Is his jump shot gonna get him there?
That's what I'm saying. Like Davion will probably be like you said, a ceiling Marcus Smart, but can shoot a little better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just that the Pelicans could maybe. I don't know. Maybe I kind of see this now that I'm looking at it because like point guard.
Eric Bledsoe's out of there.
Lonzo wants out as well.
And all they're left with is like Kira Lewis or like
Kira Lewis
and Alexander Walker.
Alexander Walker, yes. So, bro, look who's here. 2K GOAT. James McNally? Why is James McNally on? But anyway, and your guy right here.
JJ?
No, Wes Iwundu.
Oh, James John.
Wes Iwundu. Hey. Bring back the Wes Iwundu memes.
Hey, there was a stretch in the Maverick season when Luka had to pass to Wes Iwundu in the corner.
Wes Iwundu in the corner.
No.
Where's No. But and Steven Adams, he recently signed, but I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he might go. He might stay. I don't know. Everybody would like a good offensive rebounding center like him. But yeah. So far the Pelicans, you got nothing, except Ingram. You got nothing at this point. And Zion.
Yeah, don't forget about Zion.
I forgot about Zion. I'm sorry. It's because he was so pushed down my throat.
Oh no, he kind of lived up to the second year.
He did. I'll give it to him. He didn't have the sophomore slump. But so you got Zion and BI. So it's like, now do you hope on the fact that Lonzo stays, or do you come in here looking for a point guard?
Well, the interesting thing about this is they said they were going to be strong suitors for Kyle Lowry. I'm bringing a guy like Kyle Lowry to New Orleans.
He's 36.
They want to win. They want to keep Zion.
He's 36. I don't know. And then there's also rumors Zion is leaving after the rookie contract. I don't know. Pelicans are in a really weird spot right now.
They got to hit on this pick.
They have to because because then now that kind of changes this whole thing of who's left. Because I feel like the people, if you look as I'm scrolling, if you look at all these guys here. There is maybe only like one or two guys in these next like 20 picks that can actually be a franchise guy. Most of these guys are good. I feel like this is honestly going to be the best, outside from the top 5, the best role player draft.
Yeah, like these aren't guys that you build around. They're guys that you add to your team.
Yeah.
That you're building.
Yeah. So let's assume Lonzo's staying. So your thing is Lonzo, BI. Zion, Steven Adams, right?
Yeah.
So right now it just kind of makes sense because the whole thing about New Orleans was shooting the entire year. They were like last in percentage, last in like makes. So they were horrible, and that allowed people. Obviously Zion is very dominant, but that allowed people to just let him shoot.
Yeah.
Like we're just gonna clamp on Zion, hoard the paint. And that's it. We're just going to let it go. So, For me, Corey Kispert makes sense because I love Corey Kispert. I was saying this in the.
It took me a while to come around on him.
But you see it, right?
Yeah,
you see the shooting, like this guy.
There's not a shot he can't.
Yeah, there's like the elevation of this guy's shot.
Yeah.
The amount of actions you can put him in. So, like, he will be the go-to shooter.
That opened up so much.
It'll open up for Zion.
For BI, too.
Yeah, and now, obviously, Lonzo is starting to get his shot.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the video of him with his trainer. Like, that is probably...
The problem with Lonzo's not the shot. It's can he work in the half court?
That is true. But, like, still...
Can he get to the rim?
Right. But, like, what I'm saying is, like, somebody got to pay the trainer. Because, like, from this guy to have an entire... 360 catapult. So now it's just right here at the chest. That is a lot of work for 4 years, I think, right?
Yeah.
So, that he's developing this shot. So, and with somebody who can come off down screens and horns actions and all this stuff, Corey Kispert just makes sense. It just makes sense. So,
I like that.
We're going to draft Kispert.
I like that pick a lot.
We're going to draft Kispert. Yeah, for sure. So now New Orleans. Charlotte.
All right.
Who's going to pair well with LaMelo? Because that's the question that I think Charlotte's going to ask.
All right. So if you look at Charlotte's front court options, you got Big Mac Biyombo.
Big Mac Biyombo.
And you got a Cody Zeller.
Yeah.
And Charlotte, they like to run. They like to get off the floor. They like to dunk.
Yeah, because now they got Airbnb.
Right? So I think they take a center here. They go Kai Jones out of Texas.
Okay.
Really, he's a guy who could guard, but he's also a really good rim runner.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see him in that pick and roll with LaMelo.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a guy who just dunks the ball.
Yeah.
The only problem with him is he's not really comfortable making reads.
Mm.
So like if you dump him the ball in the post or the high post, he kind of, because he's only been playing ball since like he was 15.
Yeah.
Right.
Very raw.
So, but I feel like LaMelo could utilize his vertical spacing.
Yeah.
And then pair that with like a Miles Bridges.
Yeah. And as you see here, in the team needs, center is very severe.
Yeah,
they need one.
Cody Zeller, I don't know.
Yeah, and then I think, again, they have...
I just think he fits well with that style of play that they're going for.
Yeah, for sure, because they're going for run and gun.
Like get up and down the court.
Yeah, and we're just going to go through the roster. Like, Gordon Hayward, he's so injury-ridden, and it's like, it's not even funny at this point. It's just like... This guy's almost like robbing him of money at this point because like his hand was okay, but he didn't want to play. So I don't know if he wants to go or something. Rozier, there have been talks of him going in like a place like the Clippers or somewhere where like they could use him to guard. Again, Cody Zeller is not the center that you're looking for. LaMelo, you just build around him. PJ Washington is a great spacing.
Yeah, at the floor,
yeah. Malik Monk has kind of found himself. Miles Bridges, again, can shoot too. A lot of people forget he can shoot.
Yeah.
He can just jump out the gym. I forgot Brad want to make me kill myself.
He's on the Hornets?
I guess so. He's on the roster. I don't remember.
When did he get cut from the Warriors?
He
was on the Warriors.
Yeah, he got cut. Yeah.
What?
I don't know who's on here.
I don't remember that. Devontae
Graham had a very good most improved season and then just fucking dipped. I don't know what he's doing. So I don't know if he's staying. And then like a lot of people have Jalen McDaniels as like they still have hope. I remember him being pretty high, or his draft stock being pretty high. But yeah, just Kai Jones just makes sense.
Really raw, but I feel like they give him a chance.
Yeah, because again, it's just whoever you can build around LaMelo, and LaMelo put this new spin on the Charlotte Hornets where it was like it's now run and gun, just dunking and everything.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of highlight plays of Kai Jones this season.
Yeah, so we're going to go with Kai Jones. Now the Spurs.
Just
the Spurs.
You know they're taking.
It's Josh Giddey. It makes sense. There's a lot of good guys here. Like Keon Davion is still on the board. Garuba, Moody, and it's just like the Spurs are again like they take guys that you would never expect, and then they come out 3 years later and you know their name.
Yeah.
Like DeJounte, like nobody was really like high on this guy. They took him,
Mm-hmm.
and now he's like one of the best like defensive guards with just this length.
Yeah.
You had guys like Bryn Forbes, who's now a champion.
Yeah.
You have Derek White, who was I think a G leaguer at one point, right? He came in, he can shoot.
Lonnie Walker.
Lonnie Walker was okay.
Yeah,
Lonnie Walker.
He jump a little bit, but
Keldon Johnson.
He's on Team USA.
Yeah. Keldon Johnson, Team USA, and then you have other guys like Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, all these guys that they drafted that end up helping other teams. So
the international guys.
Yeah, so like there are a lot of good guys here that can be turned into something a couple years later. But I feel like right now with DeMar possibly leaving,
he's out of there.
Yeah, well, possibly. I don't know. You never know. He's going to Dallas.
Maybe.
He's going to Dallas. So now your main playmaker is gone with DeMar, because DeMar literally played like this the play starter role, where it's like, okay, we're gonna run these plays. I'm gonna come in the post and I can score for myself. I can have other people. So Josh Giddey just makes sense if you're trying to fill that role. So I'm not gonna explain anymore because it's just Josh Giddey, but his shot still needs work.
One thing I want to add is the Spurs have been kind of like in this like area where like they've been kind of mediocre ever since like Tim Duncan days. Like Popovich is a good enough coach to get you like 44 wins, right?
Yeah.
It's just he's doing what he can with his talent.
Yeah.
I feel like Giddey.
And I still got him a playing spot.
And I feel like Giddey is like kind of that guy that they kind of build around for the future. And if there's anyone who could develop talent,
it's Popovich, isn't that?
Yeah. And Patty Mills, Aussie teammate, is Giddey.
Yeah.
So I feel like that helped him as well.
Yeah. All right.
So don't be surprised with Giddey.
Yeah. And it's just the shot that still needs a lot of work.
Yeah.
His shot's not NBA ready. It's too slow.
Not much of a scorer, but if he gets that going,
he'll average 6 assists for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Like 6 and 6 rebounds.
Yeah, yeah. Because if you're 6'8", you're not grabbing rebounds. What the fuck you doing?
Yeah.
But all right, Josh Giddey.
I like that pick.
All right, now this Pacers pick.
All right.
Pacers are can do a lot of damage with this pick. Because
go ahead. The way I saw this, right, the Pacers with Rick Carlisle, the ultimate floor raiser, right?
Yeah.
He does a lot with what he's
And then
given.
look at the starting five.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna add. Like right now, they're not drafting a guy to plug in. Like their lineup is Brogdon, LeVert, Warren, Sabonis, and Miles Turner if they keep him. So they got a play-in spot.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you add a good role player who could just come in. That's why I went Moses Moody. I feel like Moses Moody off the bench. I think he fits well with them.
Yeah.
And I feel like Rick Carlisle's done wonders for 3-and-D guys. Like, you see what he did with Dodo.
Yeah,
and
Dodo.
like a Maxi Kleber, like just those 3-and-D guys with energy.
Mm-hmm.
They come in,
Yeah.
want to play to develop. I feel like he fits right in with this team.
Yeah. And they have a pretty decent bench as well. Like Doug McDermott can always come in and hit a couple threes. Justin Holiday, TJ McConnell, Aaron Holiday, Edmund Summer made a name for himself. Edmund Summer, O'Shea Brissett did freaking dropped off LaMelo. And he was telling them, what was he saying? He was freaking like trash or something.
I forgot what he said.
Or something, but
I saw the House of Highlights.
Yeah, but it was hilarious. So like they have a pretty decent bench. I just feel like, again, like they're not going to be they could maybe, who knows, but because the East is very weird. They
were hovering around like the 4 or 5.
Yeah, they can hover around.
That was without T.J. Warren.
Yeah, they can hover around this year because they're really defensive heavy, like grinded out team in the East, and now with Rick Carlisle who likes 3-and-D guys, Moses Moody just makes sense, and he could play this forward.
Moody,
huh?
A lot of people had him going a little higher, but I think.
I don't know. It's just that talent that we picked 12 and up just makes sense. So Moses Moody, and he can play the 3 too.
Yeah, 6'6", good size on him.
So Moses Moody.
Right.
Now the Warriors again. So So let's go back. We picked Franz Wagner, right?
Yeah.
Assuming they stay with him. At this point, obviously Davion Mitchell is still on the board. So if Davion Mitchell is still on the board at 14th, I think it just makes sense to pick him.
That's where I had him too.
Yeah, so Davion Mitchell at 14. I don't think he's top 10. I really don't. But Davion Mitchell, if he's still on the board at 14th, he is going to be taken. And then whoever Franz and Davion get traded too, those are going to be really good. Like, those two could probably, form something really well on some other team. But let's say they keep him. It's another guard.
He'd work well in the second unit. That's where he'd be playing.
Yeah, so it's another guard.
Him and Jordan Poole.
Yeah, it's just the same thinking we had before. It's just that I think he just goes a little lower.
He just doesn't feel like a Warriors player.
No, right?
I don't know. That's just me.
Because the Warriors have created this, like aura. This, like...
Yeah, like even like guys like Michael Mulder, like they all play the same.
Yeah, they all play this. So it's like, it's just guys that sit in the corner like Steph and then just shoot. Yeah. But this guy can, like... it's just.
I guess he could be a smaller Toscano Anderson.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, so again, with the same thinking, like, it's just where. Because I feel like this guy would probably be a Warrior. It's just either 7th or 14th.
Yeah.
So we're going to draft Davion at 14th. 15th with the Wizards. The Wizards are in a really weird spot, too.
All right, so Wizards, they have a Westbrook. You have Bradley Beal, which on paper should be nice.
I know Westbrook might be gone too.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. But the way I saw this pick, if they decide to run it back, Westbrook and Beal, and then I think they got to get a guy who's ready. And I'm going Chris Duarte out of Oregon. He's 24, which is the reason why most people see him sliding. I feel like he was like 19. This guy be like a top 10 pick.
Oh yeah.
So, but it's just that age thing, and people, I don't know what that stigma is. Maybe it's because they're not gonna have enough time in the league.
Something like that, I think.
But guys like Chris Duarte are like a dream for a team that like needs a guy who just come in, contribute, get you some buckets, and I feel like that's what Chris Duarte brings.
Yeah, and like again with Westbrook gone, that's
what I said. If they run it back.
Yeah, if they run it back.
Yeah.
Then.
Because you got Duarte.
Duarte is there.
Rui.
Denny Avdia is still good, and then Beal. But again, it's just like the Wizards are in a very weird spot because it's like, okay, Lakers fans, you better not fucking say Westbrook is coming. He's not coming. They don't have cap space. I don't think you guys understand cap space. How can you guys take on a $41.3 million 3-year contract?
Schroeder.
They don't. But like still, like you guys have free agents, but you guys spent all the money on AD and LeBron. So all this cap space that's gonna open up out of free agents is nowhere near this. I think it's like 20 something or 30 something. It's nowhere near this. I don't know how you guys can come up with money, but let's assume Westbrook's gone.
I like Chris Duarte for the Lakers too.
But. Yeah.
But okay, if he was gone.
I feel like this pick becomes Chris Duarte, but if he stays, I feel like this pick changes to most likely either Usman or Keon.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like they need another size guard.
Yeah.
Keon will be the guard, but Usman will provide this like add on to Westbrook's energy and be this like just a body that can provide this energy, especially off the bench, because right now this bench for the Wizards is very just booty cheeks. Like, but the starting is okay. Like Westbrook, Beal.
I got Thomas Bryant back.
Thomas Bryant's gonna come back. Bertans, I don't know where this guy went, but he's gonna come back, and then Rui, and then Denny.
That point guard, it's Westbrook and Ish Smith.
Yeah, so you have to have either a guard or a Chris Duarte. So, but again, this is a Maz pick, so we're gonna go Chris Duarte. So. The second pick of the Thunder. We're only
5 more for
them. So we went with Kuminga for the 6th pick. So again, assuming everything stays, obviously except Kemba. It's funny because Kemba's not even on here, I think.
It's because it hasn't been made official because the offseason hasn't started.
Oh, that's right.
But once like this starts, though.
But yeah, so Kemba's gone, right? So. Again, it's like you need best available. You need youth, and Oklahoma is one of those teams where it could possibly be a Milwaukee type team where they're very young, and you just get best available, you develop hard, then you land on one guy, and then he takes you to the finals and he wins a chip. So Shai is obviously that guy, probably for them. This like Giannis type for the small market team.
Yeah.
So like this is how you have to build. You have to build off the draft to get to at least again like with the Bucks set probably the perfect example for this, where you land on one guy, you develop him. That's Giannis. You try to find another guy in the draft, Chris Middleton. Then you get so good that you get a really good free agent piece later on, and then boom, you have a championship. So they set the tone, the map for them. So I feel like Oklahoma will probably set this or follow the same path, especially with all these fucking picks.
Yeah.
So I think with this pick, since you already have Kuminga, I think all power forward and center are kind of off the table maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you kind of go with a big guard, again to help with Shai and Lou Dort's mainly Lou Dort's kind of lack of scoring. So I think you take Keon at this point.
Okay.
It's either Keon or Jalen. It really depends, but I feel like Keon can provide a little more, because his shooting is something that's been questioned.
It's not there yet.
But I think with, Lou Dort's shooting has took a little bump, so that means the Thunder are doing a really good job with him. But Keon can probably play the small forward, just another lengthy guy, very raw. So I think we're gonna go with Keon in this pick. Yeah. So the Grizzlies, this is a good pick for them.
Grizzlies, fresh off a playoff appearance with John Morant. We saw Dylan Brooks. We saw that he could be a two-way guy in this league.
Hated the guy, but
he's a pest.
He passed.
And you also get a healthy season of Jaren Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
So
hopefully he can stay healthy.
And then you got Valanciunas. So
and Kyle Anderson. Yes. So right now I think you're looking for somebody you could plug in on the bench.
Yeah, like another guy who could score from the wing. So another option there.
Yeah.
So I went with Zaire Williams out of Stanford, 6'8" wing, small forward. He can move with the ball for being 6'8". I like the way he plays, and I just feel like he slots in nicely with a John Morant. I don't know if he's gonna start right away, but having that such a young core that's already good, I feel like he'd benefit from that, being able to just sit back and develop. I don't know, I like the way he.
All right, Zaire Williams. Now the Thunder fucking again. I'm a Thunder. Am I? What's going on? Am I Sam Presti? Because I think I'm getting all these picks except the 55th. Because for alternate, I'm getting all of them except the 55th. But okay. Again, this is one. I think this time you have to go for a center.
Yeah.
Just somebody who can protect the rim. Because Al Horford is too old.
He's not there anymore. He got traded for Kemba.
Oh, that's right. He's not there anymore anyway.
Him and they have no centers.
They have no centers.
Him and Moses Brown got traded.
So I think now is when you try to get a center. So right now you could go for a good.
I feel like it's too early for these guys.
It's too early for Mamu or Keita.
Yeah.
I think it's too early for them too. So I think right now what's left is probably Charles Bassey, Daron Sharp, and or Isaiah Jackson, JT Thor maybe.
That's tough.
Philip Petrusev, maybe. So, it's very weird right now.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to need your help, low-key, because, this pick is weird. This pick is very weird.
So I originally had them taking Isaiah Jackson 16, but in our mock, he actually falls to 18 for them.
Yeah.
And he's that guy who would provide the vertical spacing for that Thunder offense. So a guy who could get his money from the pick and roll.
Yeah.
Very energetic on the defensive end. That helps.
Is he somebody that can protect the rim?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
He's a long guy, energetic, runs the floor well.
Okay. Yeah.
Not much of a shooter, not much of a facilitator, but plugging him in next to a Poku guy and hiding Poku on defense.
Yeah.
And then you have Kuminga. It's
yeah, because they need a good rim protecting center. It's somebody who can literally block shots to the third row. It's I think what they're missing.
The only problem with him, he's kind of slim.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. So that's why I'm Bassey maybe.
But I feel like Bassey's a second round guy, and I don't know.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna go with Isaiah Jackson on. Concurring. We're concurring. Okay, Knicks. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Usman Garuba is going to the Knicks, and Yeah.
We're gonna get a new meme where it's like Pingus, Usman Garuba.
Usman Garuba. We've seen I think the stigma with European guys kind of coming to an end. This guy Usman Garuba won most promising player out in the EuroLeague, so that's got to mean something. 6'8", defends multiple positions. Shot's not there yet. Does have the thick body and frame that you want from an NBA guy. And I feel like he's a springier Taj Gibson. A little Taj Gibson with some more energy.
When you told me that.
So, I mean, if there's a guy that Thibodeau loves more than Taj Gibson, I mean,
this guy right here.
Here's the Taj Gibson regen with more bounce and energy.
Yeah, because I think, again, with Nerlens Noel probably leaving, I think the question is, like, because you know how New York is and everything.
Who the fuck is Usman Garuba?
Yeah, and they're going to be like, is this it for Obi Toppin?
Yeah, that's the only thing.
That's the thing, because they're practically, either of them have a shot.
Because I have them addressing the guard position a little later.
Yeah, but as of right now, like either of them can't shoot. Yeah. So it's like you're gonna get two of the same guy like on the roster. So that's how New York is probably gonna treat it. But again, they played a first round. They won one game. I think they're literally, again, because they have so much cap space, are able to get maybe one.
You could always address the center position for cheap in free agency.
Yeah.
You could bring in a guy. I mean, look what they did with Nerlens Noel.
Yeah, exactly.
And now he's going to get a bag, but.
Yeah. And then, like, obviously you're still high on RJ. Derek is staying. Julius just won Most Improved. So you have good enough pieces.
I'm really excited what Usman could do.
And then you have quickly Mitchell Robinson's coming back. And you have all these guys. So I think Usman just makes sense.
Getting a guy who could defend.
Yeah, Usman makes sense.
I mean, he might get the shot later too.
Or they go to another guard maybe and like Trey Murphy. But I think all these guys are probably like where we're heading right now, like between 20 and 30.
I don't know about Jalen Johnson.
I don't know either, but okay, right now the Hawks.
The guy quit on his team. I don't know. The character issues.
He did quit on his team. That's probably why we're having him so low. Because like a lot of these guys are gonna be a lot of these teams are gonna be thinking like,
is the team bigger than him, or is he bigger than the team?
Is he bigger than the team? Like, can I rely on him? But the Hawks, with a lot of these, look, as I'm scrolling, there are a lot of good players on here, a lot of good prospects on here. So the Hawks just coming off an Eastern Conference Finals berth, with Trae Young being Trae Young, Clint Capella, Bogdan, Lou Will, DeAndre Hunter's coming back, Onyeka.
Onyeka's out for 6 months, so maybe they get a guy.
Maybe. Cam Reddish, Kevin Porter, Solomon Hill provided like a Jay Crowder type role.
They pretty much have a lot.
They have everything.
Yeah, it's just like this is like a luxury pick.
Yeah, this is a very luxury pick. So I don't know if this pick gets traded. I don't know if they go for a power forward, considering John Collins might leave. So, because I think they're probably scared that he might leave, so they might draft a emergency power forward. But if he doesn't leave, I feel like that pick gets traded. So this is a very weird pick right now because I feel like they're good with guards.
Yeah.
Or actually, no.
I mean, it's Trae Young and then like Chris Dunn.
Yeah, Chris Dunn, but like Chris Dunn hasn't.
Maybe they.
So probably go for a guard. So like maybe they take a chance on Sharif. They take a chance on Trey Mann. Bones Highland maybe, Deuce McBride, Ayo. Like there are a lot of good guys here. So I think I'm gonna choose somebody from the guards position. Like just looking at the board, just to be another compliment for Trae Young.
Yeah.
Off the bench because Lou Will again is getting older. He's not gonna be the same.
Get a guy on the bench and get a bucket for you when Trey's resting.
Yeah. So probably this is going to be, I think probably Trey Mann. Because I think Trey Mann provides size.
He score off the pick and roll, or he likes that spread pick and roll, and the Hawks run a lot of that.
And
so
because with that spacing that Trae Young already provides, or that sets that they run for him already, Trey Mann will provide the same thing. Obviously, not to the same shooting extent that Trae Young has, but is able to create for these other guys that come off the bench. Like Cam will come off the bench. I don't know if Kevin Porter will go back to his bench role.
Gallinari,
Gallo. It's just all these guys. Like they just need another guard. So I feel like Trey Mann probably fits the role. So Trey Mann. And now the Knicks again. The Knicks.
21.
21. Okay, yeah, the Knicks. This is funny because this could have been your pick.
So I guess this
could have been Dallas' pick.
The Knicks, they had Elfrid Payton minutes in the playoffs last year.
Elfrid Payton minutes.
It was kind of a struggle there. So I think with 21, at 19, they addressed the front court, getting a defender. At 21, they addressed the back court, and they go with Jaden Springer out of Tennessee.
Jaden Springer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the way I see it, it's just another shot creator that the Knicks need.
Yeah.
For when, like, another guy to pair next to D Rose, RJ. He can get to the rim. He's a good finisher at the rim.
Yeah.
Plays bully ball.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he also brings the defense to the table. It's just the shooting stroke. I don't know if it's NBA level. Yeah.
That's the thing about.
But everything else that you want in like a point guard in the NBA, like getting to the rim, abusing the mismatch, he does it. It's just the shooting stroke.
Yeah, that's the thing about New York is that New York has developed again like a grinded out. They led the league in defense. In defense, they allowed the lowest points in the league. So right now, somebody who can defend at the guard position with all these like up and coming guards coming out, and at 6'4", is able to compete with height.
Yeah.
So, again, the shooting is something that's going to be addressed later on, considering that again they have a lot of cap space. So I feel like they'll address that in free agency rather than this draft. So yeah, Jaden Springer just makes sense. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
The Lakers stink. Oh, I don't have the soundboard. I didn't put the soundboard on here to put on. But anyway, so Lakers. They're thinking of getting Westbrook, right?
Yeah, or Chris Paul.
Okay.
Or Kyle Lowry.
Lakers. Do you see my mouse? Negative 25.8 in cap space. Okay? Okay? You can't spend money. There is no money. Okay? Schroeder, 16, right?
He's gonna come
Harold, 9. What's 16 plus 9? That's 25, right? No, I'm an idiot. That's yeah, it is 25.
Yeah.
It is 25. Caruso is probably gone. Kuzma, Gasol. There's a lot of guys, but you probably have only like 10 million to spend. That's nowhere near a $41 million contract to be able to spend on Westbrook at all. So again, I don't know what y'all gonna do, but with all these guards still available, let's go to best available. It's a lot of guards.
A lot of guards.
Jared Butler, Joshua Primo, Trey Murphy III, Cameron Thomas, Quentin Grimes, Bones Highland, Deuce McBride, Josh Christopher, Ayo. Oh, there's a lot of guards here that can be chosen from 22nd to like 30. So, the Lakers have never been somebody who's like, I'm going to hit on this pick.
Yeah, they got lucky a couple times with the THT, late in the draft.
But like, and they technically they hit on picks when they were in that era of like
B.I.,
Lonzo, Julius, D'Angelo.
Yeah.
But now it's like this pick will mean to the team. Because I don't think this is going to be a pick that's going to be traded or that they're going to...
They need this to add to the roster.
They need it to add to the roster considering they can't spend any money. LeBron's getting older. And it could serve as somebody that like provides later on in free agency because you know how the Lakers are. They're only going to go for big names because it's a big market. So at this point, like the only guy that will stay in like Lakers draft history is Kobe and THD probably because like that's just how names are for the Lakers. But again, there are a lot of guards here. I think low key, I think this is when Jalen Johnson gets picked. Now I think about it, because they're losing a lot of size.
Montrez is gone, I think. He hasn't signed his his extension yet, or like
gone.
the option.
Kuzma's traded. Wesley Matthews signed a 1 year. Again,
Jalen Johnson has that blend of like height, size, and like ball skills. Like he put the ball on the floor. It'd be intriguing to see. It'd be intriguing to see how he'd fit with like LeBron.
Yeah, Drummond maybe. Obviously, Taylor is gonna sign a contract extension. McKinney's gone, Mark is gone, so I think this is just best available probably.
Jalen Johnson, his slide is over.
Yeah.
The fall of Jalen Johnson is over.
Jalen Johnson, you're in the NBA, buddy, at 22. All right, go with the Rockets.
Keep it quick. Guy who's really stock is rose. Miles McBride. Guy who I'll tell you, he'll be dangerous if that jumper comes along.
I really hope he falls to 30th for the Jazz.
I was looking at it. You picked Jalen Green already, and you pair him in a backcourt with Miles McBride, and then you got KPJ. I just feel like it could work.
Yeah.
I just like what I've seen from him.
Aren't you happy that I told you about Deuce?
Yeah, he has some good tape.
Aren't you happy?
I like it. And then they have another pick at 24.
Yeah. Oh, this is the 20. Oh, yeah. 23rd and 24th.
Yeah, so they go Miles McBride. A lot of guards are gonna come off the border here.
Miles McBride. Alright. So now 24th, which we'll concur on this. Again, we're probably another guard, right? To come off the bench, because I feel like Deuce and Jalen are obviously good enough to be starters, but it's at this point where, like, okay, you have three guards. You don't want to be like the Cavs, where like you run a 3-guard set, and like you get killed by somebody who's way bigger than you, like a Kawhi or like a Giannis, right? So honestly, do you have a guard at this spot?
I didn't. I messed up mine. I had JT Thor. I had them going big, but I think I messed that up.
You don't think they go big still?
No, I had Jalen Johnson here.
Oh, Jalen Johnson here?
Yeah. I had them addressing like the guy next to Christian Wood.
Yeah, I think that's probably what's gonna happen. So I think maybe they take a chance on Philip, Petrusev,
or like a Day'Ron Sharpe.
Or like a Day'Ron Sharpe.
Yeah.
I think this time they go size. So let's scour the power forward and center. Something that makes sense. Philip can shoot.
JT Thor is a second rounder, I think.
Yeah, JT Thor is very raw.
Isaiah Todd makes sense. You could space the floor.
Isaiah Todd, yes, makes sense as well. So it's like, do you go for a spacing 5 or do you go for a rim protecting 5?
The way that team's going to be built, I think Christian Wood's going to play the 4.
Yeah.
So you need to find like a guy who could pair next to him.
Who do you think pairs next to him? Like a post scoring 5? Probably, because he'll be spacing the floor.
They had Kelly Olynyk next to him. It worked.
It worked
for Kelly Olynyk.
Yeah. So I think Philip probably makes sense here.
Yeah.
Because he can shoot too, so he's able to space, and at 7 feet, he's able to at least compete height wise.
Yeah.
With Jokic, Joel, AD. So, and with the wingspan, obviously, all these guys.
And Steven Silas, he used to be the Mavs coordinator offensively.
Mm-hmm.
He had the highest offensive rating with a stretch 5 like Porzingis. So you add in another guy with shooters. I mean, I feel like it'd work too. So
yeah. So
I actually like that pick.
Yeah, Philip Petrusev. Yeah.
Well, it might be a reach, but the way their coach is and the way they play offense, it could work.
Yeah. All right. So this next 5 picks are probably all guards.
Yeah.
Most likely.
So
the Clippers.
I went Jared Butler.
Okay.
So he did fall a little bit. He did have the health scare with his heart.
Yeah.
He just got cleared, which is good for Jared Butler. He's going to be in the draft. Pat Bev ain't sticking around too much longer, I'll tell you that.
Nah.
Rondo's not getting any younger.
Mm-hmm.
Jared Butler averaged 16, 4, and 3.
Yeah.
And he was actually like highly touted more than Davion Mitchell coming into the
right.
And to get him at 25, I think that's good value.
Yeah.
I like the pick here.
And with Terrence Mann now that came alive.
Yeah.
And it allows him to be a clear bench role, a clear seventh man. So I think right now you're looking for a good 6th, because Reggie Jackson is now a starter, and I don't know if he's coming back because they don't have the cap space.
I think he wants to, but he wants a bag too, I bet.
Yeah, so it's really up to him, I think, as to what happens, because again, what was the starting 5? It was they had lots, but it was Reggie.
Man. Batum.
Batum, Kawhi, PG, and
it was either Zubats or Morris.
Yeah, so they had a lot of room, and I feel like Jared Butler at 6'3" would probably pair really well with him and Terrence Mann on the floor together.
Hey, I think he'd slot right in.
Yeah, because they both defend. They both defend. And, like, Jared Butler can create more of a shot than Terrence Mann will.
Yeah.
So I feel like Jared Butler will probably be this, like, a pretty good six-man. So, yeah, Jared Butler makes a lot of sense here. Denver Nuggets. So the Denver Nuggets just came off a sweep in the conference semis.
And their star point guard's out for a good portion of the season.
So Jamal Murray is going to come back. Obviously, he's not going to come back.
He might be late season. He's coming back.
Yeah, but he's going to be somewhat healthy.
And we saw that they really missed him in the playoffs.
They really did. Jokic was just not the same that you saw because there's no floor spacing. Aaron Gordon, again, was a really good trade deadline pickup.
Yeah.
You love yourself some Jermichael Green.
Yeah.
Porter Jr., fucking shit. This dude can shoot the hell out of the ball. Campazzo.
Passed. Yeah.
Bol is... I'm just waiting for Bol minutes. Like, consistent Bol minutes.
Will Barton declined the option.
Yeah, so he's gone. That opens up cap space. Monte Morris is there. PJ Dozier. Your guy, Vlatko Chanchar, the Pokemon.
Yep.
JaVale McGee. So there's a lot of good picks here, but I think, again...
Do you go guard?
You can't have Facundo Campazzo as your six-man. It just doesn't make sense. He's a good guy, but at 5'10", it's too small. Like, we saw it in the...
Well, because with Jamal Murray out, they've been, like, splitting the minutes between, like, 3 guards. Like, it's not one clear-cut guy.
Yeah, so...
It's like you get a little bit of Monte, a little bit of Facu.
Yeah.
And, like, PJ Dozier.
Yeah, so, like, right now, I feel like one of them leaves for now, just because if they go guard, then they have to get rid of one.
Yeah.
So, in my case, I feel like they probably will maybe get rid of Monte as Will Barton leaves, because Monte has proved himself to be a really good person, player off the bench.
Mm-hmm. So
they might move him, and considering he's very cheap, he literally just signed a 4-year, like barely $2 million. So it's very cheap, and that'll allow other teams like maybe the Lakers to land on him if they don't land on big free agent guys. So if they go guard, it'll probably be somebody like, let's see, like obviously Sharif Cooper's still on the board.
Bones Highland.
I feel like it's only these two, Sharif Cooper, and all these guys are like second round. I don't think they're going this high. Shooting guard that can play the one. Like Ayo might be here, Joshua Primo, Trey Murphy, but I think they're probably gonna go with a shooting guard here just to provide a little more shooting, and I think they might go Quentin Grimes, Cameron Thomas. I think they go Ayo.
Damn.
You think they go Ayo?
I had him going next.
They're going next for
to the Nets. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very hard.
I had Trey Mann going to the Nuggets, but you took him earlier.
Yeah. Considering there's a lot of guards.
Yeah.
Ayo probably makes sense because he can play make too. Obviously, all these point guards and shooting guards can play make, but I feel like
Trey Murphy's gonna be a steal for someone.
Is a very steal for someone. He might go here.
But I'd like that if Jamal Murray is healthy.
Yeah.
But like they're competing now, and like they kind of just need like a guy.
So I think Ayo, probably.
I think he fills in.
I think it fills in perfectly. So here you go. For the Brooklyn Nets at 27.
Since he took Ayo, I was gonna have him at 27 because we saw what Mike James did.
Yeah.
Mike James looks sick.
Yeah.
I mean, you can never have enough shooting, right?
Right.
I think Trey Murphy might come off the board here.
Yeah.
6'8". Already has that 3-and-D build.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have Kyrie. You have Mike James. I don't know if Mike James is leaving. What's Mike James' contract?
Let's see. Mike James' contract is... it says contract over, but it's like 1 year. It's a vet min.
That's the thing, huh?
So, yeah. And then you have...
I think they might have to go guard.
Yeah, I think you have to go guard.
I had Cam Thomas.
Yeah, because DeAndre might be gone. I don't know. Claxton, for sure, is getting a lot of consistent minutes. And then, like, with all these guys, like, Tyler Johnson can't be your guy.
I mean, Josh Primo, youngest guy in the draft, they don't really need a guy to come in and, like, produce. Like, they just have this guy, like, sit back and watch KD.
Yeah, pretty much,
Harden.
right?
Like, this pick, I don't know.
Yeah, this pick is, like, it's very weird, but we'll go Cam Thomas. Yeah, Cam Thomas. The Sixers are... the Sixers are losing Ben Simmons for sure. So, I think in this case, the guard position takes care of itself with Ben Simmons leaving. So,
you think so?
Or the starting guard position.
Oh, okay.
The starting point guard position gets taken care of with Ben Simmons getting traded. So, I think now they will probably go with... There's two ways. Either more shooting to pair with this new point guard, because shooting has kind of been a varying thing now. Obviously, because you have two guys who sit in the paint and then three guys who can shoot.
Yeah.
But now with Ben Simmons gone, you probably have a point guard that can shoot. You can, and then the entire paint. Because I feel like right now, Joel Embiid has to control the paint, no matter what. Like Elton Brand, I feel like realizes that, and it's like Joel Embiid has to just, like, that entire area is his. Mm-hmm. I don't want to touch it unless I have to drive or anything. So they will probably go for another shooting guard. So again, more shooting coming off the board. Because right now, power forward, maybe because another big guy off the bench, because Dwight Howard is not getting any younger.
Yeah.
You have Shake Milton. You have...
I think Maxey gets packaged with Ben Simmons.
Probably. Or one of these guys, like Matisse Thybulle is maybe staying. I don't know. So, like, you have good guys here. I don't know. If I was the Sixers, I would want to keep Maxey. I have more faith in Maxey than I do Shake. Mm-hmm. But... So, again, it's like, do you want to go power forward who can still compete coming off the bench? Or do you go more shooting and you go Trey Murphy? I think for me, it's either Trey Murphy or JT Thor.
I like Trey Murphy. 6'8".
Yeah.
6'8" wing.
6'8" wing. That's kind of crazy. So, yeah, Trey Murphy probably be this pick. So, here you go. The Suns.
Keep it short and sweet here. Chris Paul, 37 this season. Or turning 37.
Yeah.
Campaign might get a bag.
Yeah.
Might not. I think Sharif Cooper here. They addressed the backup guard position. Sharif Cooper means how many games do you play? Like what?
I don't know. Like I think like less than 10. I think like 10 or 15.
I mean, average 20.
Yeah.
Nate, I mean, I think he'd be a good spark plug off the bench.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you get to learn, if Chris Paul stays, you get to learn behind one of the best to do it at that position.
Yeah, and they're the same height, so he can learn.
Low-key might be a steal here.
It might be.
Low-key, but he could also be a bust. So.
Yeah. This guy has, like, a weird, like, high-risk, high-reward thing going on.
Yeah, like, those numbers really jump off the board to you.
Yeah.
Like, 20 and 8. Like, that jumps off the board.
It's just, again, the size. Because, I mean, Chris Paul...
He's 6'1".
Made a name for himself because he was able to snake screens and create and jump high. But he's more of, like, a ISO 6'1" guy. That, I don't know if that can handle against somebody when you get switched off with Kawhi or Paul George or one of these guys. Like, that's just getting sent to the second deck. So, like,
Rody.
Yeah, so, like, I don't know. But probably a guard here just because that they understand that Chris Paul's not getting any younger. He's most likely gone. And then, so you're looking for probably in a starting guard, honestly.
Yeah.
So, Sharif Cooper, yeah.
All right.
Yes. So I thought Deuce McBride was going to be on here. But look who's there. Look who's 30. Bones Hyland.
Yeah.
Who is literally Emmanuel Quickley, like, 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
This guy does the same things Emmanuel Quickley does. He plays the same way. He has the same build. It works with Donovan because Donovan needs somebody who can score to get the load off him. So with Bones possibly coming off the bench, because if there's been rumors that we're shopping Bojan and Joe for a good and if with Mike Conley out, if he leaves, that provides a lot more cap space. So we could get another role player that'll help at the small forward or backup shooting guard position. So right now, Bones Highland is probably the guy, because coming off the bench, if you have two shot creators like Bones and Jordan Clarkson coming off the bench, that is one of the best scoring benches. That's pretty dangerous. That's one of the best scoring benches because this guy has a floater. This guy is a little different than Jordan because Jordan's all ISO and like step back threes, and this guy is able to come off screens off of Derek Favors, can throw lobs to him, can hit if Boyan stays, hit him on the wing, hit Donovan in the corner, hit Royce in the corner, Georges in the corner, like all these guys. So Bones Highland just makes sense. It's like, best available.
It's like a perfect fit.
It's a perfect fit.
Just throw him in there.
Yeah, it's perfect fit. Again, obviously there's Isaiah Todd here who could work as well.
That's where I had you guys taking.
Yeah, considering that Gobert got exposed.
Just basically, I mean, I feel like Isaiah Todd, since he's a good floor spacer, it opened up a little bit more for Gobert. Yeah. But I mean,
so it's one of those two.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, it's either Bones or Isaiah. Yeah, like, I'm happy.
At 30, if you're a Jazz fan and you're complaining about either Bones Highland or Todd, there's something wrong with you.
There's something wrong with you. So, Bones Highland. Now the Bucks, the champions.
Go to centers real quick for me.
Centers.
I think this is where things get a little, you know.
This is G League territory, I think here. Considering they're champions.
Okay, so Brook Lopez is, I mean, what is he, 30?
I think he's 33. Okay.
Let's get Day'Ron Sharpe. All right, yeah. Let's take a chance on the kid.
Yeah.
Let him develop.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a champion. I mean.
Yeah, nothing to lose here.
Nothing really to lose. I mean, you could take whoever you want here.
Yeah, you really can, and I think this is where you get into again like.
Maybe you want to bolster the wings. I don't know.
I think this is where you get into G League territory again, yeah. But maybe not, because PJ Tucker's contract is over.
Yeah.
So maybe they try to find somebody who can fit that role, who's not 6'5" and like a little bigger. Pat Connaughton, and then you have Dante DiVincenzo coming back, healthy.
Yeah.
Pat Connaughton. So maybe like another small forward.
Yeah, I mean,
like a Joe Wieskamp maybe could be here.
I think that's too high.
But again, yeah, I think that's too high. Day'Ron Sharpe will probably make sense, but because of Brook and because of,
I mean, he's not coming in.
He's not coming in, so he's probably going to the G League for sure. To the Milwaukee Herd.
Yeah.
So yeah, because guard doesn't make any sense here. So I think Day'Ron Sharpe will probably be taken off the board here at 31. So 32 for the Knicks.
We addressed the defense.
They addressed the defense. They addressed the point guard. So now it's just, I think, center at this point.
And there's a pretty good center right there.
There's some good centers.
I'm looking at him.
Charles Bassey.
I'm looking at him.
Charles Bassey?
I think he'd work there. I mean, he'd fill in for Nerlens Noel.
Yeah, he's a jump out the gym guy. Like, let's see his prospect thing. He's a he doesn't matter. But he
17 and 11.
Yeah, 17 and 11 boards. They need boards. This guy is a junior out of college. He's had to face some strong dudes. So this guy could be a good rim protector for them. Again, providing more defense behind Mitchell Robinson coming off the bench. So yeah, this guy could.
I like the pick.
Yeah, Charles Bassey. All right, 33rd.
I went young guy here, youngest in the draft, Josh Primo.
Joshua Primo.
Yeah. 33rd pick. You get this kid. I mean, you're obviously on a young timeline.
Yeah.
I don't know what else I can go with here.
Yeah, I think Joshua Primo.
Good size. I don't know.
Yeah, I think this is just another pick that's like.
Throw him in there.
Just put him in there. You never know what happens. Like, you can't even go wrong with like Josh.
You can never have enough wings.
Yeah, like this is best available right now. Joshua Primo, JT Thor, Quentin Grimes, Josh Christopher. All these guys here. You could take any of these four, and I think you'd be happy.
Yeah.
So Joshua Primo. The 34th. Or, yeah, 34th. Jesus Christ.
You want to know who I went with?
34th. I think they go best available. I think if JT Thor is still on here, you take him.
I went Christopher.
You have another one, 36.
Yeah,
so
they have like so many picks.
They have so many freaking picks. So I think
JT Thor.
Yeah, I think guard right now is like JT Thor, because he can play the center too at 6'10", and he's very skinny, a lot of good length. So JT Thor, Pelicans 35th.
Already took Trey Murphy, huh?
Yes, Trey Murphy's gone.
I had him falling at 35.
Yeah, Trey Murphy was in the.
Yeah, he went 28th. Okay.
So we're at the 35th.
So they took Kispert. The reason behind I had Trey Murphy more shooting.
Yeah. So you took Kispert, Quentin Grimes still on here. They might go another guard.
I like Quentin Grimes.
Quentin Grimes?
Yeah.
Let's see. Like right now, power forward.
You need shooting around Zion.
Yeah. Or they go Isaiah Todd. Isaiah Todd's still on the board.
He'd be a good replacement for
Luka Garza.
No.
No, it's too early.
It's too early still.
Still early.
Let's go Isaiah Todd here.
Isaiah Todd?
Yeah.
Yeah. Isaiah Todd I think Isaiah Todd makes sense.
A shooting big next to Zion.
Yeah.
No more Steven Adams. I like the fit.
Yeah. Isaiah Todd makes sense. And now 36. I'm telling you, I have all of the Thunder picks. I'm saying Preston today. But, yeah, so I think, again, best available, no problem. It's either Josh or Quentin.
Do you go wrong with either of them?
Can't go wrong with either. They pretty much can just create their own shot. They're the same height. They have good size. But I think the Thunder with this pick will probably go with Quentin only because I feel like Josh is too raw.
Yeah.
They haven't seen him enough. This guy went from school to school to school. And he can jump out the gym. His shot is very, iffy off the pick and roll. So I think they go Quentin here because I think Quentin he has made a name for himself through Houston. So here you go. The Pistons.
I went Brandon Boston Jr.
Brandon Boston Jr.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another wing guy. Get him behind Jeremy Grant. Get him in the second unit.
Mm-hmm.
Detroit likes those wings like Sequoia, Doumbia.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Brandon Boston makes sense. Yeah, we'll go Brandon Boston. Again,
he's raw, but
yeah, all these picks from now on until
they're like flyers.
Yeah,
they could either pan out because mathematically, speaking,
most of these guys.
One of these are gonna be good, and the most are gonna be kind of rotation guys.
Yeah.
So.
Let's see the Bulls. Why don't know what this? I think this is their only pick in this draft. This is not a pick that they necessarily have to hit on.
Yeah.
Considering that you just got an all-star duo in Vucevic and Zach. Kobe White, Lauri Markkanen is probably gone.
We got Pat Williams. I like Pat Williams.
Patrick Williams is good. So I think they need probably another. Al-Farouq Amino, this guy's still in the league.
Yeah, you got traded for Gary Harris the Wendell Carter deal.
But yeah, so
a guard,
shooting guard, probably they might. This probably will be a Josh Christopher pick, or an Isaiah Livers pick.
I had Kessler Edwards here.
Kessler Edwards.
Yeah.
Where is he?
He's a small forward.
Kessler Edwards. Oh, yeah, right here. Kessler Edwards. 6'8" small forward. A more size.
I mean, they can go guard there, too.
They can go. This is
a Sharif.
Again, this is weird, because this is once you get to the second round, these guys aren't, you don't pick to land. You pick to, fill something you don't have. It pans out. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think they go Kessler Edwards here. At 6'8", small forward with probably some of these guys not staying, some of these guys maybe, and then you can move them around too.
Yeah.
So yeah, Kessler
2, 3, 4. Yeah.
The Kings. Here's your second pick, Yoshi.
Jeremiah Robinson Earl.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Bagley might not be there. He plays the 4 pretty well. Averaged 15, 2, and 8 at Villanova. You know the Villanova boys.
Yeah.
The Villanova boys can play.
They can play.
There's been a couple who've been second rounders like Brunson.
No, Dante was first round.
Yeah.
Pascal was second, I believe.
Yeah,
Villanova.
Jay Wright knows what he's doing with these guys.
Yeah.
Villanova creates role players.
Hey, you put Jeremiah Robinson Earl next to Alperen Sengun, might be some problems.
Yeah, I was watching scouting reports on him, and this guy can shoot the ball in the corners, which is like something you need. Like corner shooting is like a staple in the NBA now because it's the easiest 3-point shot. This guy can defend hard, and I think that's what you need for the Kings because
it's just guys who want it.
Yeah, so this guy wants it, and this guy would be a really good pick. So yeah, Jeremiah Robinson Earl at what was it, 39?
39.
40th. We are. Let's see, what's the math here? We are.
Did we take Quentin Grimes?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, okay. I had Quentin Grimes here.
What are we, like 75% of the way now? 40 or something. But okay. So it looks like the Pelicans have 3 more picks, and there are pretty good guys here that will probably be staying on the board. Like Josh Christopher, you might take him now. I think you take Josh.
Yeah, it was either Christopher or Quentin Grimes here.
Yeah, so you take Josh. I don't think there's a debate about it. I think you take
without Lonzo, that backcourt's kind of weak. Maybe you get a guy who could, good size, who could develop for you.
Yeah, because there are some of these guys that it's just way too early for them. Like Neemias Queta's too early. Even Renz and Malo is too early. John Petty's too early. Pons is too early. Yeah, all these guys are too early. So I think Josh Christopher here. 41st?
Jericho Sims.
Jericho Sims. Okay.
So stays in Texas.
Yeah, Jericho Sims. Jericho Sims was somebody who he was like not a known name because he was behind Kai Jones and behind Greg Brown. Yeah. But this guy can defend too. He's shown to be able to defend. So for the Spurs having a big guy that's obviously like that can he shoot? I forgot if he could. I think Jericho Sims. No, he couldn't. I think it was just a run and gun type that can just defend. A rim runner. So I think you need that, especially with Josh Giddey, because Josh Giddey is gonna come in there, create a sort of run and gun type feel.
Yeah.
And then Jakob Poeltl, this guy's not gonna be able to withstand doing that for a long period of time.
I think he's just a guy that Pop might just take to the side and try to help him develop. I mean, it's what, the 31st pick, 42nd pick?
Yeah, and they love 40. They love this second round.
I guarantee you these guys the Spurs pick are going to be decent guys.
Yeah. Jericho Sims. All right, 42nd. This is second to last pick for the Pistons. They have 4 picks here, which is good. Let's see. So you pick Cade, which is your number 1 pick. Brandon Boston Jr., who's another wing, or power forward, wings, high player, and then now you have 2 more picks.
So shooting guard depth.
I think shooting guard depth. So I think probably you go with Ayayi.
Yeah, that's what I had here.
Joel Ayayi.
Yeah. From Gonzaga. Yes, good size too for 6'4".
Yeah, and
average 7 rebounds as a guard.
As a guard, yeah.
So.
And obviously rebounding.
He's not coming in starting, but
nah. Maybe you take the Sheen, maybe. But I think Joel Ayayi, considering you have another pick later on, where there's going to be a lot of centers falling.
Yeah.
I think center will be addressed in this 52nd. But I think Joel Ayayi makes sense. He has really good again size. He could shoot in the corners again because he played with Jalen.
Yeah.
Suggs, so he knows. Like if Cade Cunningham comes in and develops a running gun, he's gonna go straight to the corner.
Yeah.
Saddiq Bey, like you have 2 shooters there that like it's either you guard one or the other. So Joel Ayayi, it just makes sense. With the 43rd for the Pelicans.
This was tough. I had on my mock Phillip, but since we took Isaiah Todd.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, because Kispert, Isaiah Todd, Josh Christopher, and they have this pick and a 53rd.
Yeah.
So I think this is the same thing with the Pistons last one. I feel like you have.
I don't know if you just take a guy and stash him or Deshaun next.
Probably Deshaun or Jason Preston.
I like the Jason Preston pick here.
The Jason Preston?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Jason Preston probably makes sense, yeah. 44th pick to the Brooklyn Nets.
I had them going.
Another stash guy.
Yeah.
This guy's not getting minutes. Whoever this guy is.
It's either go Rokas or Philippe. I think Rokas. They just stash him away, and then they just keep a roster spot open for.
Yeah, because you have Deshaun, Austin Reeves. Wisconsin, like this guy is pretty shifty. Like Austin Reeves, I remember watching him in the tournament.
But if I'm the Nets and like I'm in my championship window, and I want to stay competitive, I don't want to just have like a guy just there.
Or maybe Joe Wieskamp is still on the board.
Yeah.
Joe Wieskamp could probably.
I had a Herbert Jones here.
Herbert Jones.
6'8" wing.
Yeah. I think Wieskamp. I think this is Wieskamp's
Wieskamp?
time. I think this is Wieskamp's time. Because I mean, Greg Brown doesn't make any sense. You have Claxton.
Yeah.
Isaiah Livers maybe to compete with big guards. I mean, big wings. Matthew Hurt doesn't make any sense. All these centers don't make sense. I think Joe Wieskamp. It's either Wieskamp or Desheen or Rokas.
Yeah.
One of these guys. But you still have...
They might use that for these picks.
Yeah, they still have 49th and 59th. So
yeah,
I think Wieskamp for more shooting and he can defend as well. And at 6'6" small forward, like
I like that pick then.
Yeah, so Joe Wieskamp. 45th to the Celtics.
That's Desheen next.
This is Desheen. Well, they see it ended up the way it happened.
Yeah.
And in your mock. So yeah, Desheen most likely.
I think they're only guards after Marcus Smart might not be there. Might trade him. Is it Carson Edwards?
Carson Edwards. Oh, I'm just gonna be happy to see Carson Edwards minutes. I love Mr. Carson Edwards.
Yeah, might as well bolster the backcourt a little bit.
Yeah, all right. That's Desheen Nix. 46. This is a back-to-back for the Raptors. 46 and 47. I think you probably go.
Greg Brown kind of fell.
Yeah, I think you go Greg Brown here.
Yeah.
Now that, yeah, I think you go Greg Brown here because it's more size. It's more like a rim protecting,
like energy
guy. So I think Greg Brown just makes sense because I mean you pick Jalen.
And he might go down to the G League and he might come back up in like 2-3 years and.
Yeah, and I mean
look at Chris Boucher. Look what they do.
And Aaron Baines. Like those are your guys. So maybe this guy comes in and provides energy. So yeah, Greg Brown. Now back to back, you got Greg Brown.
I had them go Isaiah Livers here too.
Yeah, I had Isaiah Livers. I was gonna say Isaiah Livers. So yeah, I think Isaiah Livers here because like again you need power forward behind Siakam.
Yeah.
And if it pans out, it pans out because again they're in a weird spot. They maybe could compete. Who knows? So yeah, Isaiah Livers. 48th with the Hawks.
I went Vrenz.
Vrenz goes 48th.
Big guard.
But yeah, if you guys have not looked up who this guy is, Vrenz.
I don't even know how to say his last name. What is it? Blaženberg?
He's Belgian?
Yeah, Belgian.
Yeah.
Blaženberg.
He's a Belgian big, like legit
he
big guard.
doesn't play like a big at all. He's literally 6'11".
He's 6'11".
Plays exactly like a 1 or 2 guard. It's crazy.
It's weird. And like this guy can shoot. He has a crazy fast release.
He might have been all hype, but like I don't know. He seems really intriguing.
Yeah. So this Vrenz, especially this Hawks team.
Yeah, like you have guys like Gallo who they like using.
Yeah, and Gallo is obviously getting older.
Yeah.
So with Vrenz going to the G League, coming back up later.
Yeah. He's very intrigued. He's been working out with a lot of teams, so there's a lot of interest.
Yeah. Vrenz.
I like him. He DM'd me.
He liked your DM?
49, Rokas. Stash him.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the Rokas.
I mean, maybe someone buys this pick from the Nets. I don't know.
Yeah.
But in this mock,
Yeah. Rokas. All right. The 50th to the Sixers.
Well, we went wing, right?
We went Trey Murphy, so he's a point guard.
So
6'8" point guard.
David Johnson. Adjust the backcourt.
Yeah.
6'5", good size out of Louisville.
Yeah, another guy here. See, what did he average? 12, 3, and 8 on 41 effective field goal percentage. 6'5", 210. Yeah, he's a good size. Again, these next 10 are very I don't know. It's just like
might turn out, they might not.
Yeah, and it's also like, are these well-known guys gonna get picked up as well? So I think David Johnson. Yeah. And by the way, the reason why this Rocco guy is not getting picked is because I think he took his name off the draft.
Yeah.
I believe so. That's why he's not being picked.
Grizzlies.
But the Grizzlies for the 51st, I think they'd address this time around, because we picked Zaire Williams as a shooting guard, correct?
Yeah.
So I think they address size in the backcourt because they have Brandon Clark at power forward, but there's no true center. And Brandon Clark has been known to shoot. He's a pretty good shooter.
Valanciunas backup.
Well,
Or Valanciunas is like their center.
yeah, Valanciunas is their center. So I think they probably go Neemias Queta.
Yeah. That's
or
what I was
Luka
thinking.
Garza.
I had either Aaron Henry, they go more shooting guard, but I could see the Neemias Queta getting in behind Valanciunas.
Yeah. Obviously, he doesn't have the same, he can run out the pick and roll, especially if Zaire Williams is in the backcourt.
He's not Valanciunas, but
No.
he's a big body that you could stick there.
Yeah. And then
Put
you
him
have
around the rim.
Trey Jones,
Yeah.
who came off the bench and did really well. I mean, Tyus Jones, not Trey Jones. Tyus Jones, who did really well off the bench for them. And then, DeAnthony Melton was really good. So, Neemias Queta fits well. So, Neemias Queta.
All right.
52nd.
This is where I go. Sandro
Mamu
Kelavishvili.
Mamu is
Hey.
again,
You don't have anything to lose.
yeah, you got nothing to lose. This Mamu guy is very flashy.
Yeah.
He's able to run point guard sets. He's my second favorite.
Yeah.
Point
Saw him
guard.
at the combine
Point
doing
guard.
behind the backs.
Yeah, we're just like, damn, you gotta have big balls to be able to do this in the combine.
52nd. Just
Okay.
take a flyer on the guy.
Yeah.
If he pans out, wow. If he doesn't, it was just a 52nd
Yeah.
pick.
So Mamu. 53rd. This is the last pick for the Pellies. So let's just review who we have on the board. Austin Reeves, Herbert Jones,
I like
Aaron
Herbert
Wiggins,
Jones.
Aaron Holiday, Matthew Hurt, Luka Garza, Raekwon Gray, Baji's still here, and I think that's pretty much it. John Petty,
I
maybe.
like that.
Yves Pons,
I like the Santi Aldama kid.
Santi Aldama kid.
Yeah, but they already did.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, but they already got Isaiah Todd.
There you go, Isaiah Todd, or maybe they. Let's see. Isaiah Todd, let's see, Josh Christopher and Jason Preston are backcourt. Corey Kispert is a small
Actually,
power forward.
I think what makes the most sense here is the Herbert Jones pick.
Herbert Jones.
You go wing, address that.
Yeah, you get another wing. And
Worst case scenario.
Yeah, 44.6% effect, 6.6 rebounds, 3 assists, 11 points, 6'8", 210. He's a good.
Good size. I
good
mean,
size. Yeah, Herbert Jones. Herbert Jones makes sense. 54th with the Pacers. So you took Moses Moody at 13th. So now you have a good backup guard, a good backup shooting guard, right? So I think this time you address probably power forward. I think
yeah, that's what I have Moses right.
Moses
Oh,
right.
but
I was
Matthew-
gonna say Matthew Hurt. Matthew Hurt just looks like he
Plays
belongs
for
in
the
a Pacers
jersey.
Like
Yeah.
he just looks like it. But wait, you were gonna go with
Moses right.
Moses Wright. Where is he? See Moses.
He's at power forward.
Oh, you're right here.
Yeah.
Moses Wright.
I like the Matthew Hurt thing though.
Because Matthew Hurt can shoot a
Yeah.
little too,
Yeah.
and he kind of looks. Let's see. I had a player comp in my head, and that's why I said he looks like he plays in a Pacers. He just play T.J. Lee. That's what it is.
I could just see him in that navy blue with the
Right.
yellow
You
stripe.
can just see him. So I think he's going to the Pacers.
50.
55th,
Oh my
the
goodness.
last Thunder pick.
I had Jason Preston here, but he already went. So.
Yeah. So Austin Reeves. I think,
Aaron Henry. I don't know.
I think
Another big.
yeah. I don't know. This is kind of hard here. These last 5 picks are gonna be kind of hard.
Yeah.
I think you go with probably Aaron Wiggins, another guard. Because I mean you got Reeves, Wiggins, Henry. They're all guards. Maybe Luka Garza. Maybe he can play. He honestly, when I saw him at Iowa, he low-key looked like an Al Horford. Thinking about it.
You want to do that? I had Luka Garza barely getting drafted at 58.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Luka Garza. Let's go Luka.
All right,
Let's go. Let's take a chance. We'll take a chance on being right. Luka.
56. I went Champagne. I don't know. How to say it. Justin.
Yeah, Justin Champagna right here.
6'6". I mean, he's kind of like that Malik Monk, Miles
Yeah.
Bridges build.
Yeah.
56 pick. I mean,
Yeah.
what do you?
What are we gonna do here? So yeah, Justin Champagny, and now 57th for the Hornets.
I want Amir Sims.
Amir Sims.
Power forward.
I don't know. They might go.
Or
Pons. Pons is really good as well.
or they go that guard.
Yeah.
Aaron
They might go
Henry.
guard. Let's see. Romeo Weems is pretty good. Where's my guy? Oh, here. They might go Derek Alston Jr.
You get him undrafted.
I was telling you about Derek Alston Jr. Derek Alston Jr. is
He'll be on a
pretty
summer
good.
league team.
He'll be on a summer league team. But he's pretty good. They might go there. Who did you have? Or who did you say?
Aaron Henry.
Oh, Aaron Henry for this pick. Yeah, another guard. Yeah, I don't know. This pick is weird because they might go Raekwon as another power forward, or Baji maybe.
I don't know if he took the name out of the draft. I think he might have taken his name
Okay,
out.
so yeah, Aaron Henry. We're gonna go Aaron Henry. 58th.
That's where I had Luka Garza.
Is there Luka?
Uh,
Raekwon probably another power
probably
forward.
Raekwon.
But then like
Austin Reeves? I don't know.
I think you go either Aaron Wiggins or Austin Reeves because I mean you got Bassie and Usman.
Yeah.
There's no shooting there, so I think you go Austin or Aaron. I think
Austin.
Austin? Yeah, Austin Reeves. 59th.
I had Matthew Hurt here. You probably get another stash guy like Juhan Begarin.
Yeah.
Stash him away. Keep
Yeah,
your
we'll
roster
go
spot.
Juhan. And for the last pick, the
Mr.
60th
Mr.
pick.
Relevant. Who's it gonna be?
I don't know. Nobody. I don't know. Isaiah Thomas. Oh no, Isaiah Thomas. Yeah, Isaiah Thomas is 60th.
It's
Yeah,
true.
Damn, I kind of don't want this to end. That's why I'm taking forever.
Trendon Warford? I don't know.
This one's weird. Let's see who's in your pawns. Should we just go? I don't know. Raekwon,
6'8".
6'8" guard. I mean, this guy's not. None of these guys are playing. To the Pacers too. I don't know. You took Matthew Hurt. You took Moses Moody. You probably go Aaron Wiggins. Honestly,
Just give Aaron Wiggins a chance.
I think you go Aaron Wiggins. Aaron Wiggins would draft. And there you go. This
Wow.
is our 2021 NBA mock draft
I can't-
1.0.
I can't wait to see how wrong I am.
Yeah, we can't wait to see how right we are.
Oh yeah, we'll see.
We'll be. I think.
I'm Miles Kuiper Jr.
Let's see. Should we do like a bet with the viewers? It's like if we hit like
30%.
30%.
It's hard to
Yeah.
hit.
If we hit 30%.
25%, maybe. Dude, it's hard. Like
Let's see. What's a fourth of 60?
15.
15. Yeah. Okay. So if we get 15 picks right, then we're just draft gods. We're GMs. We deserve the bat. We deserve for your right to subscribe. If we don't get 15 picks correct,
I'll throw a Chipotle.
What do we do?
I'll throw a Chipotle card in there for one lucky subscriber.
yeah.
I'm being for real.
All right. Okay. So that means we're gonna have the stream up. Oh, again. So make sure next Thursday we're going to have a stream up. We are going to start about 30 minutes before. I think it starts at 5, if I'm correct. On next Thursday. It's going to be on ABC and ESPN. So make sure you don't watch there and you watch us instead. So that's going to be really fun. It's our first time streaming. It's going to be our first time showing our faces. So that'll be fun. You're going to get to see like our live reaction as to what picks get traded. If any of these guys go undrafted, if somebody is like, what the heck, why is Joel Ayayi like 12 pick, something like that, you're going to get it. So yeah, this is going to be really fun. Thank you guys for joining us. This was really fun to do.
Real fun. I liked it.
Yeah, this was really fun to do. This is our first ever mock draft that we've done together. And then, so yeah, obviously we're going to expand on this a little more. We're going to make it more like, probably like a game thing next year. We're going to see.
Yeah.
Just to provide a little more content for y'all. But this was fun. I hope you guys stuck to the end, all the way to the 60th pick.
If you did, I love you.
Yeah.
So
We love you guys. So please like, subscribe. Make sure
Twitter,
you guys comment.
Twitter, bball_pod.
Yep. That'll be it again in the description as well if you guys want.
to follow us. But yeah, thank you so
we'll
much.
See you next Thursday.
See you next Thursday for our mock draft and
the actual draft.
Actual draft, not a mock draft. I'm sorry. It's just I'm so excited for the mock draft.
Yeah.
Actual draft. And so yeah.
Peace.
Don't copyright us, please.
Oh,
We want to keep this up. Okay. But anyway, thank you guys. Bye. Peace out.